Hello, my name is Michelle. Welcome to 15-minute beginning yoga. We will begin seated. Nice, comfortable, easy seated pose. Knees open, hands resting lightly on your knees, palms facing up, eyes closed. And just come to stillness and start to notice your breath. Observe the air moving in and out through your nose, through your mouth. Notice the speed of your breath. Is it fast? Is it slow? Notice the sound of your breath. Is it gentle? Is it strong? Just start to observe and tune in with your breath. And now, start to move with your breath. Breathe in, bring your arms up. Breathe out, let your arms float down. And follow your breath up and down. Up and down. Float your eyes gently closed one more time. And just tune in so that you can follow your breath. Up and down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. As we practice yoga, we always try to connect movement with breath. And so your yoga practice actually becomes a moving meditation, breathing with your whole body as you move to the speed of your breath. Go ahead and stand up and keep your arms going up and down. So reach all the way up to the ceiling, and then as you breathe out, float your hands all the way down, touch your toes. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, let your arms float down. Follow your breath. Up and down. Today we're going to do the first 4 poses of the sun salutation. First, we will float the arms gently up, swan dive up, and then exhale, float down, swan dive down. Now, let your hands just dangle there. This is called a forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Relax your shoulders and hinge at your hips. Just allowing the weight to roll off the back of your neck and find some relaxation there. From here, the next pose is to come up halfway. So bring your hands to your shins or maybe to your knees and make your back nice and flat, parallel with the floor. Inhale as you look up to the horizon, and then exhale, come back down, bring your hands to your toes, forward fold. So the 4 poses we'll be learning today are swan dive up and swan dive down, halfway lift, and forward fold. Those 4 poses are a series. They're the first part of the sun salutation. So let's do all 4 of those together. Starting with your hands at your toes in a forward fold, we're going to gently float the arms up, all the way up, touch your fingertips together, look up, and then as you breathe out, float your arms back down all the way to your toes, swan dive down. Now reach your fingertips to your shins or your knees, flatten your back, halfway lift, and then exhale, down to forward fold. These movements, these 4 movements, swan dive up, swan dive down, halfway lift, and forward fold, should be following your breath. Inhale up, Breathe out, exhale down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, come back down. So follow your breathing. Breathe in and up. Breathe out and down. Breathe in halfway up. Breathe out all the way down. So this is the first half of the sun salutation. Swan dives up and down, halfway lift, and back down, forward fold. We went through that a lot of times because I want you to learn that. I want you to be able to do it on your own. So that is the first part of our lesson today, the first half of the sun salutation. Now, we're going to continue, but we're going to repeat that first half of the sun salutation, and then we're going to add on to it. So we'll do the sun salute, swan dive up, swan dive down, halfway lift, and forward fold. And then we'll add on some poses. We'll do some poses like the chair pose, then we'll do the half sun salute, then we'll do chair pose again, some twists. So we're just going to keep coming back to this half sun salutation that I taught you as we move through some other poses in a flow, just so that you can really solidify how to do that half sun salutation. Okay? So, coming back to that forward fold, place your hands down by your toes, let your head hang heavy, and wait for your breath. Start to notice it. Inhaling, exhaling. When you inhale, that's when you stand up. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips down. Inhale, lift your hands up by your ears. Arms by your ears, gaze towards the floor, chair pose. Tuck your tailbone under, roll your belly button in, activate your core, and then slide your weight just a little bit more forward. Come onto the balls of your feet, and then rock back onto your heels. Notice the change in your weight as you do this. Chair pose. Wait for your breath. When you exhale, go ahead and forward fold, float your hands back down. And we will do another half sun salute. Inhale, arms up. Touch your fingertips together. Exhale, forward fold. So swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Come back to your chair pose one more time. Arms up by your ears. And then exhale your hands to heart center. Now, we're going to do a twist. So take your elbow and twist it over your knee. And breathe. Come back to the center. Hands to heart center in chair pose. Exhale, go off to the other side. Hook your elbow over your knee and look towards your shoulder. Couple of breaths. And come back to center. And exhale, forward fold. We'll do our half sun salute one more time. Inhale all the way up, reach up, look up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Now inhale, come up. We're going to try a warrior now. Clasp your hands together. Fingers touch. And then step your right foot out in front of you. Left foot out behind you, come into a lunge pose. Bend that front knee. Sink your hips down. Let your shoulders settle in. Bring your gaze up towards your hands. Warrior one. Good. Find your strength. Pull your belly button in towards your spine, activating your core. Fire up your legs by pressing your feet into the floor and then reach towards the ceiling. Good. And now from here, step your foot back up. Reach up. We're at the top of our half sun salute. And now exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. We'll take the warrior on the other side. So now your left foot is in front. Right foot comes behind. Arms up by your ears. Clasp your fingers together. Point your fingers up. Settle down into your warrior one. Sink your hips down. Charge up the feet. Gaze up towards your fingertips. Arms reaching high. Feet pressing into the floor. Warrior one. Come back to standing. Your arms are up, and now we'll exhale. Swan dive down to a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, forward fold. Good. Okay, so hopefully that half sun salutation has gotten to be a little more familiar. So now we're going to take all of those things that we've done individually, and we're going to make them flow together. So we'll start at the beginning, and without taking any breaks, without pausing in any of our poses, we will move one pose per breath through our half sun salutation, our chairs, and our warriors. And this will be what's called a Vinyasa Flow. So let's start by standing up and reach up high for your half sun salutation, okay? Inhale, swan dive up, look up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair again. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, twist one way, elbow over knee. Exhale, come back to the middle. Inhale, twist the other way. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, stand up, reach up, swan dive up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot forward, left foot back. Inhale, come up, warrior one. Reach up, look up, sink down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Reach your right foot back this time. Bend your front left leg. Inhale, come up, warrior one. And exhale, step your foot together. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. So that, my friends, was a flow with our chair pose, our warrior poses. And now we're going to do one more thing before we say goodbye for the day. So the last thing we're going to do is a little bit of work on the floor. If you can come onto your hands and knees, place your shoulders over your wrists, and then straighten your legs out behind you, come onto your toes, and come into a plank pose. So your back is nice and flat all the way from your heels to your shoulders. You've got a nice straight, long line. Hold here. Lower down halfway. Bend your elbows and hover. This is called Chaturanga, or four-limb staff pose. Press into your hands. Come on to the tops of your feet. Upward facing dog. And then exhale, lift your hips up high to the sky. Your classic yoga pose, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. Good. Okay.